mentioned where I said, hey, anywhere between 35 to 50 million people, despite the force, the propaganda, the threats, the smear, the slander, said, no, I'm not going to take the mRNA gene-altering shot. That's something I don't hear mentioned very often. And if you kind of put it on its head, Pfizer, AstraZeneca, Moderna, Johnson & Johnson, they thought they could get to 95 or 99% compliance.
I want to pull the camera back just for 1 second because you teed it up by saying, hey, everybody's looking for hope. People are depressed. We've got massive victories. We have huge wins here that the media is not talking about. Not just the more than 4 million that turned out in the midterms, but most importantly, against impossible odds.
Yes.
Everything you said, the whole government, the biomedical apparatus, and you did this. Say, how many people in the audience are not vaxxed? It was almost unanimous. It was unanimous.
Wasn't that incredible?
It was incredible. That is, I'm telling you, that's a very special moment. We have more victories than defeats.
Yes.
And remember, victory begets victory. Don't let them tell you we're losing. That was actually the turning point in the conversation to say, guys, I don't want to hear depression. I don't want to hear, people saying we need hope. We don't need hope. What we need to do is double down on victory after victory after victory.
Well, and so you have to imagine that Fauci and Klaus Schwab, they are actually depressed that there's so many people that still love liberty. They have to say, wow, there's 35 million people that still are going to fight no matter what we try to do. That's not an insignificant. That number was 3 million. That would be significant. 35 million.
Hang on. If you go from the turning point, we first started working with them, and somebody the Warren Posse showed up for the against the Great Reset, America's response to the day. Where's the Great Reset? We're fighting it every day. There's not going to be a Great Reset, right? Because people are now aware of what's going on. That's the key thing. Information. You arm this citizenry with information, and they're going to take it, and they're going to weaponize themselves, and we're going to win.
That's Jack. Any thoughts?
Look, what we've seen in the Twitter files is the only way that they can get one over is they lie, they cheat, they steal, they censor, they run those operations against you. And why? Because if they were winning, those operations would be unnecessary. We are winning, and I look at this as a 30-year trajectory. This is a 30-year trajectory you have to look at.
A 30-year war.
And Charlie, what you're doing here is setting the pace of that trajectory.
Well, thank you. But it's not me. It's just we're putting on a venue. We're putting on an event, an immersion experience for the grassroots. And one of my biggest complaints, and our whole team at Turning Point believes this, is that the grassroots have been ignored, lied to, have been deceived for so long, and the magic and the power is to empower you, the grassroots, to be able to take back your country, to take back your precinct, to take back your school board, take back your kids' education, take back your community. That's what the elites in both political parties
Terrified. They're terrified.
That's right.
They're terrified. And you see what happens to Steve Bannon when he spends a couple of days around the posse. Gets him out of the war room.
It's just, it's very cathartic. Everybody, email us your thoughts, freedom@charliekirk.com. We're going to play Steve's comments from last evening, and I promise you, we have edited it for FCC compliant radio.
I need a source on those quotes, by the way.